So prior to Appraisd, we had a manual performance management process where people were doing their appraisals once a year, setting objectives once a year. And in all honesty, it was time consuming. They were filling out forms. The tracking of it was really difficult because our HR system didn't allow us to pull reports on it. So when it came to appraisal time, it was really a lengthy process. So we needed a system to support that, which was efficient and intuitive, and one that would move us away from the manual, time consuming process. I wanted to move away from what people seeing it as a tick box exercise and to really see the true value that performance management, appraisals, objectives, regular check-ins, regular feedback, personal development plans. I really wanted them to see the value and how it can really help support people's careers and develop them on a day-to-day basis. So to make this possible, we needed to give our people clear career development paths and additional support to ensure that they thrive in their roles. First talked about introducing Appraisd. In all honesty, I was quite daunted about what was going to be involved. And being a very small HR team, I did think, wow, how am I going to fit this in on top of my usual day-to-day tasks? But in all honesty, the project has been so easy, so simple, and that's just due to the amazing support that we've had from our customer success manager. We had a session which lasted half a day where we talked through all the processes that we had in place already, all the forms that we had, the personal development forms, all the tools that we used, and how we could implement them in Appraisd, but just get it more automated versus manual Word documents where we're uploading them into our HR platform. So we talked through all that, and then they went away and just set that all up for us. So the next time we caught up, it was a case of them running through all the forms that were on Appraisd, all the tools that they'd set up, and it was just a case of setting the dates that we wanted for all these things to happen and setting a project timeline. So the whole process really wasn't as daunting as I really thought it was going to be. So now we've got a system in place where people can load their development goals into the system, they can update them, they can add actions to them, they can track their progress. It's a constant thing that's discussed as part of people's one-to-ones and regular check-ins, because all the development goals and all the objectives comes up as part of their one-to-one form. So it just keeps it at the front and centre of people's minds when they're talking with their line manager. Because often in the past, what happens with personal development plans is people get excited at the beginning of the year, they'll put them together, they'll put them in a Word document, they'll save it somewhere really important, and then they'll forget about them, and they're never to be discussed or looked at until maybe 6 months later. Whereas this, as part of the one-to-ones, it's there, it's visible, it's like, right, okay, what have you done to work on this development goal? What have you done to learn about this? How are you doing with this project? And it just allows that regular discussion, so people feel that they're being supported and pushed, and given that opportunity to really work on the things that they want to work on, and it becomes part of the monthly, weekly, fortnightly cycle of whenever you're catching up with your manager. So, having Appraisd, we now have a system that gives us visibility into people's career ambitions, which allows us to identify opportunities, support career growth, and allows us to enable our people to grow as the business grows.